What a series so far. Don't miss Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights as the series shifts now to Las Vegas on Saturday night. That's at 8 Eastern on ABC with the series tied at 1 game apiece.
When did you feel like things were slipping?
Wemby dribbles it off his foot.
We let that one go.
He never backs down from the moment.
He's definitely holds himself accountable. I'm not worried the slightest.
Not worried in the slightest is Wemby. Both Wemby and Brunson finished Game 1 with over 25 points. Brunson took 31 shots, setting a Knicks finals record. While he was inefficient for much of the game, he was his best late, shooting 5 of 9 in the fourth quarter. Wemby also had his struggles, missing 15 field goal attempts, his most in any of his 18 career playoff games. Here's both stars now talking about their Game 1 performance.
So a lot of different things. I thought I shot some shots that I normally make. Had a couple bad ones as well. But it's all about how you move forward and all about how you kind of respond in a positive way. So no matter what's going on, just trying to stay positive, still trying to find a way to win.
I know Pop has talked to you after some big moments throughout this run. I'm just curious if he said anything to you either last night or this morning.
I haven't talked to him yet, but yes, he's texted me.
Care to expound on what that text entailed?
In the big lines, it was that I've been bad and I'm better than this.
Gotta love Greg Popovich. Keeps it 100. You've been bad and you're better than this. Who needs to have a better game too? Is it Wemby or is it Brunson?
Wemby. Wemby. If this series is gonna go the length that I think we all thought and think it's gonna go, we won't have Stephen A. sitting here. So if it's going the length we think and going the direction, the tone, the back and forth, the tug of war, then Wemby has to respond. You can go back and look. This is about I'm getting dangerously close to 40 NBA Finals covered. And one of the things you realize is no matter what era, no matter how great the player, nobody has 6 great games in the finals. They don't. If you have a 3rd great game in the finals, or 4th great game, that gets you an MVP of a finals. So we're just starting out here. So Wembanyama he's not so deficient that he doesn't have to worry about making up for Game 1. He's have to play Game 2. And Brunson's going to be thinking the same thing. And, they could sort of cancel each other out tonight and both be great. That's certainly possible. And then you're looking at other players. What do we see out of Dylan Harper? Do we see more minutes in the fourth quarter? In the second half, I think we do. But so I don't want to make this golf. This is not match play. But Wemby say he has to be. If Greg Popovich tells you got to be better, you got to be better.
Yeah.
Right. Bottom line.
Yeah. I think Wemby's definitely got the more pressure on him to be better. But it's not just offensively. I think Jalen Brunson has a ton of responsibility offensively with that team. But when you look at Wemby, you have to figure out how to roam. You have to figure out how to be a rover. You need to be going sideline to sideline again, baseline to baseline all the time. You got to be getting deflected.
Do we see more minutes in the fourth quarter? In the second half, I think we do. But so I don't want to make this golf. This is not match play. But Wemby say he has to be. If Greg Popovich tells you got to be better, you got to be better.
Yeah.
Right. Bottom line.
Yeah. I think Wemby's definitely got the more pressure on him to be better. But it's not just offensively. I think Jalen Brunson has a ton of responsibility offensively with that team. But when you look at Wemby, you have to figure out how to roam. You have to figure out how to be a rover. You need to be going sideline to sideline again, baseline to baseline all the time. You got to be getting deflections. You got to be in that man's pocket right there. Karl Anthony Towns had too many straight line drives. I'm sorry. Wemby doesn't get blown by. You got blown by. You've been on the shot fake. He had you in his pocket. He wasn't bothered at all by your length. He understood when he needed to take off and when you were in the rear view. Wemby needs to step up in that fashion, saying, hey, I'm still going to be y'all guy. I can erase mistakes still. I know I had 6 turnovers. I can still force 5 or 6 turnovers on the other side. I can do that, but that's all effort stuff. I want to see him bring the effort. I don't think it needs to be something where you need to go out here and start jacking up a bunch of shots. I definitely don't want to see you jacking up more threes anymore. I'm so sick of it. I don't want to see it. I want to see 7 to 18 feet. Once you get it going, then we'll shoot the 3. But it's like I don't want him doing that, because the games that he comes out and he's attacking, forward progress, downhill, making sure he's everywhere on defense, those are the games that the Spurs jump on you and they get a lead. I think that in game 1, he sort of fell into the trap of, hey, man, I think I got this open one. I think I got that open one. You start relying, you get unaggressive. You don't even feel yourself getting unaggressive, but you're not getting any deflections on the other end. You're not as locked in.
Yeah, I'm sure Jalen Brunson would say it's him. Because I'm sure, as we saw there, I'm sure he'd say, well, man, I missed a lot of shots. He would say, I can be way better. That might have been one of the reasons why he had the scowl walking off the court. Mm-hmm. He was angry at Scott Foster. He was angry at a couple of fans sitting courtside. He was angry he missed so many shots. I get why he would say that. But the answer is Wemby. I mean, the Wemby's the one down 0-1. Mm-hmm. And, you know, what was it? What did you say, Shea? 15 missed shots? Was he 6 of 21?
6 of 21.
Yeah. 6 of 21. 15.
Look, you're never going to get him to stop taking threes, Shump.
Oh, no, not.
I've been down this path. He wants to take 9, too, okay? I talked to his coaches dating back to when he was a kid. They've been begging him to play this way since he was a kid. He's not going to stop taking threes. But here's the difference. He's so much more effective when he starts inside and moves out.
Yeah.
Not starting with isolation basketball and trying to break guys down off the dribble and move in. Starting inside and moving out. And also rhythm threes, trail threes, where he gets a defensive stop, starts a fast break, and then his reward is he gets an open trail 3.
Yeah.
That's starting inside out. It just starts at the inside at the other end.
Yeah.
So he knows what to do. He knows to play inside out. And if he plays inside out tonight, he can take 9 threes. He just can't miss 15 shots.
And if he takes 9 threes, stay in the threes. You saw a lot of those shots. He's leaning. He's like kind of hoping for it to go in. It's like, no, step. Knock it down with confidence if you're going to do it. If you watch any of those threes that he made late in the other series, he step, and there's no hesitation. There's not a thought to see a guy cutting late or anything. It's going up. If you're going to hoist one up, hoist it up.
Okay, so he had 15 missed field goals, as we pointed out. He had 6 turnovers, both of which were the most for Wemby in his 18 career playoff games. 26 points, 12 boards. That's Wemby. It feels like everyone's in agreement. He needs to be the one that steps up tonight in game 2.
He'll be better.
Okay, but let's be specific. What kind of game does he need to have tonight?
Oh, I told you, it's got to be defensive. I need 3 blocks. I need couple steals, but I need a whole lot of deflections. I need him to figure out Cat shouldn't have any straight line drives. I need a couple of blocks around the rim. I thought that he gave up on a lot of plays.
So you're not concerned about the points. You're more concerned about the defensive effort, blocks.
Because I think that's what makes the points for him.
Okay.
For him, doing that and making those no business plays, everybody's screaming, it gives him an extra boost of energy. We keep talking about why he doesn't have that pop. Some of that pop comes from him being able to do the things that he does defensively, help the guys. Sometimes a guy gets blown by. It's an encouraging feeling to know that I just got blown by, but my guy is right here. He's going to fix that mistake for me, and now we're off to the races. It gives you some sort of momentum. It gives some sort of offensive pleasure to you mentally to say, hey, man, I'm not playing my best, but when this stuff happens on the defensive end and we get out and run, there's no rules. I don't have to wait on the ball screen. I can get out and open and play free. We can do the things that we grew up doing at the park. You know what I'm saying?
You know what else that they encourage? I'm glad you mentioned encouragement. It discourages the Knicks.
Yes.
If we got a team with all this confidence and winning 12 straight postseason games, you need to discourage them. And there were a couple of times where you could see it. You know, the number of U-turns, which can't be statistically measured, right? Yeah. When Josh Hart is in there and people are screaming, you know, shoot it. No, he's looking at a dude who's 8 feet tall. And so there's a U-turn. Josh Hart comes out of the lane. It's a great game. I don't want to be like I'm disparaging Josh Hart because I'm not.
He would admit you were right.
Josh has a U-turn. You got to see more U-turns.
There it is.
He would have gone straight up with that if that was anybody else in the league defensively. But so you need defensively, that is where the discouraging of the New York Knicks starts if you're going to do it. Yeah.
I will say this, the Knicks played with a lot of confidence against him.
They did.
How about OG Anunoby at the end of the game just nailing that 3 right over him? He didn't say it. You gotta make him think about it even more. Yeah, they're going to U-turn when they're dribbling head-to-head against you, but the Knicks did not show as much fear as I've seen other teams in this postseason against Wembanyama. Like Karl Towns was not afraid to go to the basket. Okay, once or twice he may have gotten stopped, but he didn't show any fear. You got to bring that fear back defensively.
What kind of game do you think Wemby needs to have tonight?
Honestly, this is
I know
a game.
you don't make predictions.
This is a game that if you're the level of player of Victor Wembanyama, you crush him. You come out and you have 29 points, 17 rebounds. You're talking 3 blocks? 7 blocks. I mean, this is a type of. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the number of statistics you can count.
But that's the type of.
You dominate. You're the best guy on the court.
This ain't a DraftKings situation. you
play load it up
from the time you're 6 or 7 years old, when you know when you have dominated a game, when you're the not even arguably the most talented guy on the floor.
Yeah.
He's going to dominate the game.
And look,
that's what we expect.
They've beaten them 3 out of 4 this year.
Yeah.
They've gotten. They took their cup and they took their home court advantage and they took their home and they took their game the other day. Time for the superstar to push back.
And I think that Victor needs to focus on defensive rebounding. It's very underestimated when he is kept off of the board to where he can't get that rebound, run it out, and then create that advantage for his team. They struggle. It's really dangerous when you got Victor Wemby. It's Draymond Green all over again. You got all these options for shooters. Guys can get open, and you know everybody's going to cave in, so you're going to get a nice set shot. You know, you could just sit there, load it up, have 1 foot ready to go, and be there on time. He hasn't gotten those because he's not getting those defensive rebounds that we're used to seeing him get. And the reason he's not getting that is because you have to guard Karl Anthony Towns. That's the reason that Karl Anthony Towns is the antidote to this season.
It felt like in game 1, the Knicks were more aggressive. And as Wemby